Today we're going to be going through stories of Am I the Butthole? And today I thought that it would just be kind of boring by myself, so today I brought somebody.
Hello, I am the Itty Bitty Gamer. Pleased to be part of this.
It's glad to see you here. Um, as the time I'm recording this, I am out west doing some fun summer trips. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get right into the funny stories. Am I the jerk for taking two of my nephews on vacation with me, but not the other?
I'm 36, male, child free. I have two sisters, Lisa and Annie. Lisa has two boys, 9, male, and 7, male. Annie has an 8-year-old boy and a 1-year-old girl. They both struggle financially a little, and I have a good job, so this year I offered to take my nephews to vacation with me this year. My niece is so small that I don't feel comfortable being alone with her at all, and Annie totally gets that.
I told my sisters to bring the boys up to my apartment for a weekend so I can see if they're gonna get along and if I'm up for taking them to the seaside with me for 14 days.
The boys came, and at first we had a great time. I ordered us pizza, we watched a movie, played soccer, etc. Next morning, I woke them up and gave them cereal. The 8-year-old throws the cereal on the floor and says, "I have waffles on the weekend." I told him he can't have waffles for breakfast today, but we can make them for dinner or breakfast the next day. He said he doesn't like cereal. I told him he can just have some toast with peanut butter or some fruit, and he yelled at me for not making him waffles.
That day, he also cut up my shirt because I didn't let him have cookies for lunch. What is wrong with this kid? And told me I suck for telling him that I have to eat veggies before I gave them ice cream. He was a nightmare. 7-year-old and 9-year-old behaved great.
When my sisters came to pick them up, I told Annie what happened, and she said, "Oh, he's just high-spirited." I told her I'm not taking him for vacation. I also told Lisa I'd be glad to take her boys with me, and they were super excited.
My parents and some aunts have been biting my head off for treating the kids differently and denying a boy to go to the seaside just because he misbehaved once. So, am I the jerk? I'm gonna be honest, I don't feel like he was the butthole at all. In fact, I would say that he was just being the best he could in that situation.
Yeah, honestly, I also say not the jerk. Just trying to take care of the child correctly and trying to make him understand, hey, we don't have waffles today, so you can have it tomorrow if you want. And the kid
Or
still
for
threw a
dinner.
fit. Yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna be honest.
just,
Like, has anyone ever had waffles during dinner? It actually tastes really good when it's that time.
yeah, honestly. Am I the jerk for being mad at my roommate for not attending my grandma's funeral? Just so you know, this is a throwaway count.
My 95-year-old grandma just passed away last week, and we have her wake today and her funeral tomorrow. I currently live with 3 female roommates and consider them my closest friends. I've known all my roommates for about 2 years. I get along with everyone pretty well, except for my one roommate, we will call Kay. Kay is my age, black, and I've known her probably for the longest. She and I used to work at a retail store before living together, but weren't really close.
Kay recently has been keeping to herself. She pays rent on time, but is usually never home and spends most of her time with her boyfriend. This bothers me a bit because I miss her, but I understand because her and her boyfriend have been together for 4 years.
My grandma died last week, Monday, and when I texted everyone in our group chat, they were all very kind of sad about what happened and gave their condolences. But Kay took forever to respond, which peeved me kind of. That same day, while we were at dinner, I asked Kay if she would come to my funeral on Tuesday next week, and she looked angry but said she would let me know later.
After dinner, she texted me saying she couldn't come to the funeral because it was during her work hours. She explained that since she is an intern and she can't take off randomly because she wants to impress them and receive a full-time offer. She also said she felt uncomfortable going because she didn't know my grandma at all and felt it was disrespectful to go. She said she would come to the wake since it was after work, but I told her not to bother and haven't spoken to her since.
My therapist said I should apologize to her, but I honestly disagree. My other roommates are going to go to the funeral and have only met my grandma once. So, am I the butthole?
Honestly, I kind of feel like you're a jerk for that. Like, she didn't even really know you that much. You didn't know her that much. And was it really that important to list her race?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna have to agree with that as well. Mainly because of the fact that, like, even though you knew her the longest, like, she had, like, other stuff that she wanted to do. Like, okay, I'm sorry that you lost your grandma, but, I kinda agree with Kay in the scenario, mainly because of her not really knowing your grandma, and it would kind of feel disrespectful in a way to go and not even know who your grandparents were. So in this scenario, I have to say that you kind of were a butthole in this.
And
But one more.
also because I'm pretty sure you just posted that to get the old Reddit says I don't have to apologize, so I'm not gonna apologize.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I can agree with that very well. We have one more story, so let's get to that right now. Am I the butthole for kicking a misbehaved child and her mother out of my daughter's birthday party? I, a 35-year-old female, have a 10-year-old daughter named Alicia. She just turned 10 this past Thursday, and the party was Saturday. Alicia had good friends at school, and one of them being Quinn. She was at a party with her mom, Liz. The party was at one of those indoor trampoline bouncy house places. Those are honestly so fun. I don't like Liz a lot because she spoils Quinn to the point that she's impossible to discipline. She doesn't listen, and is honestly very self-centered.
Quinn is so spoiled that she throws tantrums when the attention isn't on her. So I was afraid this would be an issue at the party, but Alicia really wanted her there. So Alicia gets her cake, and Liz actually asked me if Quinn could blow out the candles with my daughter because her daughter was about to pitch a fit. Alicia and I both said no, and Quinn started to cry. Everyone ignored her while we ate cake, and we moved on to gifts.
Which was honestly a very smart move. Quinn threw a full-blown tantrum when she saw Alicia opening all her presents from her family and friends. She squealed about wanting one of Alicia's gifts and how it wasn't fair and how she gets everything. It was so embarrassing because even people outside of our party room heard it. Alicia was getting annoyed, trying to tell her thank yous to the guests for her gifts because some of them barely heard her over Quinn's tantrum. The kids went out to play again, and she sat there and pouted instead of playing.
After everyone left the room, I told Liz that she needed to take her daughter home because she was making Alicia's party about her meltdowns. I said that Quinn obviously doesn't want to be there because the day wasn't about her, so it would just make sense to leave. Liz tried to say she would calm Quinn down, but I wouldn't even let her speak. I demanded that she leave and went out to watch my daughter play. My husband, he was on his way, he was coming later on, told me that I should have just let Quinn stay instead of causing a scene and adding to the drama because Alicia was still having a good time.
I honestly don't know. I just don't think Alicia wanted somebody throwing tantrums every 2 seconds at her 10th B-Day party, even if she didn't say it. That's not ideal for anyone. So, am I the butthole? I'm honestly going to be completely honest. I feel like you were not the butthole in that scenario, but more like the parent and child. Because Why bring your self-centered child to a birthday party that isn't theirs? And then your mom, I mean, Quinn's mom, went up to you asking, "Hey, is it okay if Quinn gets to blow the candles too?" Like, no. Like, if I was that scenario, I would just say, like, no, buzz off.
Like, candles
And
were one thing, but she demanded one of, not her birthday, but Alicia's birthday presents. And the kid is 10.
exactly. I feel like both of us in that scenario would be at least somewhat mad, because I feel like both of us would want our presents.
Mm-hmm. This woman
So
needs to learn to parent her child. Kid's a brat.
yes, sir.
And with that, that is all. Hope you enjoyed everything. Hope you had good time watching us list out some stories and discuss them, I guess. Ponk3r's channel is gonna be down in the description for you to check out. And
I do better content. Let's just be fair. I'm probably better content.
okay, didn't need to do that, buddy. Didn't need to
I'm
do that,
kidding. I'm
pal.
kidding. Hey, listen. I'm only kidding.